Thanks.
Let me turn this
What? Green, we're gonna talk about green shirts.
Let me turn this on.
Yeah, you don't know. Cool. All right. If you came looking for the fancy PowerPoint presentation, you came to the wrong presentation. That'll be later on. So it's a very generic presentation. Appreciate y'all having me. So last July, we sort of did a little reorganization, and the athletic director saw some things coming on the horizon. A lot of it is live events, webcasting, and then the other is construction projects. So right now we have 4 construction projects in some phase of completion or starting. We started our 4th one on Monday. So he saw a need to have somebody in there that understood technology and understood what everybody in this room is talking about and is looking for. So he came to me and said, hey, we really need this position. So I took a promotion back in July to oversee these construction projects. And I'm not picking out chairs and carpet colors. We've got a guy that does that. But anything that's with technology inside of these different construction projects, that falls under me. So a lot of what I want to talk about today, we're not going to design a room. We're not going to design a stadium. We're not going to redo a field today. Really what I want to talk about is sort of the mindset when something does happen on your campus. Everybody's going to build something. I don't care if you're the largest school or the smallest school. There's something getting built. There's something getting redesigned. There's a wall getting knocked down. Something's going to happen at your facility at some point. And I want to talk to y'all about the mindset that hopefully I can get y'all in when this is starting to happen. So that's where I'm going to go with this. I don't have an hour's worth of a presentation. I hope you ask me some questions, but we'll see how long we stretch out. Anybody in this room have a construction background? I got one. I got half of one. I got 1.5.
Can I get 2?
Can I get 2? I don't have a construction background. My education is physical education. Hardest thing you probably get from construction. But yet, I'm sitting in construction meetings all day long. I'm on the construction site almost every day. The 4 construction projects we have going on, we're renovating our luxury boxes and our press boxes in our football stadium right now. We're building a brand new baseball facility, a 3-story facility on our right field line in baseball. We just kicked off our basketball arena on Monday. Our basketball team will play away. It'll be homeless for a year. It's a 16-month project. The roof stays, some HVAC infrastructure stays, everything else goes. And then we're also doing a small project in our soccer stadium right now. So we have 4 varying projects at 4 varying stages going on right now. I have no idea about building a structure or all these different things that come with construction project. We hire somebody to do that. We have people that take care of that. But I understand wiring. I understand the technology side of things that go in. I understand Wi-Fi. I understand what you need to make a projector work, what you need to make a TV work, those type of things. And so that's why I got brought into it, is to have that expertise in there. So that's where I want to get y'all thinking about is when that project is going on, you don't have a construction background. Somebody else is going to pick out the carpet. Someone else is going to make sure the walls are up. But the infrastructure that goes into that facility, that's what I want to get y'all thinking about what happens when this is going to happen on your campus. The best thing I can might say to you guys is become an expert. All right, we got 1.5, maybe 2.5 people that have a construction background. Become an expert. All right, become an expert in your field, not in building a building, not in picking out colors, not in budgets. Become an expert in your field. Start doing your homework early. There's a project that's going on. It could just be renovating a couple rooms in your football facility. You could be building a whole brand new facility. Anything in between. Become an expert on what it is that you're going to be asked about. Or, as we're talking about in a minute, that I want you to go ask about. Okay? Become an expert on it. Who's leading the construction projects on your campus or for this renovation, brand new building? Who's leading? Do you even know who that person is? We hired a person to come in. Again, we had got a ton of construction projects going on. So we hired a new person to come in and oversee all of our construction projects. Brand new person to Clemson, came from Central Florida. Nobody, if you're hunkered down in the football facility or you're hunkered down in wherever your facility is, you may not know that person that's 3 buildings away. Our football facility and his office are 2 blocks away. if you're hunkered down in your facility and you're doing your job day in, day out because your job's important and your job takes a ton of time, do you even know that you just hired somebody to take over construction projects for the athletic department? Do you know who the person is on campus that might be doing it? Find out who's in charge of the construction job, okay? Become an expert, find out who it is, find out who's going to be leading this charge, okay? And then dress the part. That's the biggest thing that stress is when we talk about being involved in meetings and being involved. You're the expert now, okay? Don't show up in shorts and flip-flops to the construction meeting. If you want, it's 30 minutes before practice and you're in your gear and you got to run to a construction meeting, that's one thing. But it's 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning in May. Don't show up in shorts and flip-flops to the meeting. Show up as the expert. Sell yourself as the expert. Show up as the expert. You've done your homework. You're in the meeting. You're going to be talking about your area, what you know about. Now look the part. Look it. Okay? If you're going to be going out on a construction site, that's a hard hat. That's steel-toed boots. That's different. But if you're just going to be sitting in a meeting, the CFO might walk in. Certainly the construction people are going to be there. The project manager's going to be there. The architects are going to be there. Be the expert in the room on your part. Look the part. Do your homework. Look the part. Dress the part. Invite yourself to the meetings. Okay? All right. Half of you, don't even know if you're going to be involved in the meeting. Okay? There's something going on in your campus. They're renovating the building. They're throwing a whole new building up. Okay? It affects you. It affects your job at some point because once this building's complete, they're going to expect you to make sure the projectors work, make sure the computers work, make sure everybody can watch video, make sure the TVs work, make sure the sound system works. All right, they're going to invite you in for all this stuff. They didn't invite you in the very beginning. They built the building and didn't include you at all. Okay, forget that. Invite yourself to the meeting. Go back and find out who is running the construction project. You know what's going on. You know they're going to renovate these 3 rooms. You know they're going to break ground on this structure. You know that they're going to build something. Invite yourself to the meetings. All right. 2 examples of this. I had a conference call this morning. It's a small thing, but we have a sound cluster in one end of our football stadium. Okay, so it's not a distributed system. It's just one end of our stadium. I've been at Clemson 17 years. For a dozen years or so, I've been trying to get a little access. We have a windscreen that hides us. I've been trying to get access to that windscreen just so we can hang a still camera out or a GoPro or something that looks right over the rock. Okay, if you watch Clemson and the players rub the rock around that field, you can't look straight down over the rock anymore. You used to back in the day when I first got there. You used to be able to do that because that windscreen wasn't there. For a dozen years, I've been trying to get just a hole that big in this windscreen where we can just anchor a still camera out there, a GoPro or whatever, a POV camera, something so we can just have that unique access of looking straight down when those guys are there. Never got any traction, could never do it. I got wind the other day that we're about to replace this windscreen. It's getting old and faded. I invited myself to the meeting. I'm here today. We made it. I said, I want to be involved in this meeting. I sat on a conference call this morning talking about this windscreen. That's my goal, is to get a little hole in this windscreen. I invited myself to the meeting. I had nothing to do with this daggone thing. It's somebody else has designed it. Somebody else is paying for it. Daktronics is installing it. Has nothing to do with anything in my job description. I invited myself to the meeting because I want a hole. Because it affects my job. I want that something unique. Okay? And we're going to are we going to play the game? Are we going to have great content? And we're going to have everything. If I don't have this little hole in the windscreen and I don't have this one shot looking at me, yes, all that's going to happen. But I want that. I've been wanting it for a decade. So I invited myself to the meeting. I think I'm going to get it. Don't really know. But I've got a better shot now because I was there. I was in the meeting. Okay? As opposed to looking out one day in the stadium in July and saying, hey, no, there's a new windscreen up. Man, I wish I had a hole in that thing. Okay, that's what we've been doing for the last 10, 12 years. Man, I wish I had a hole in that thing. Okay, I invited myself to the meeting this morning, so we're talking about it. Okay, find out who is in charge of the meetings. Invite yourself. You're the expert. Make yourself the expert. Sell yourself as the expert. Invite yourself to the meeting. And when you get to the meeting, make sure you look like the expert. Make sure you talk like the expert. What do you see here? Dirt. See dirt. This is our soccer stadium. Renovating the soccer stadium right now. Not doing anything technology in the soccer stadium. There's nothing where taking up the old field, we're putting in new irrigation, we're putting grass back. That's all we're doing, okay? That's all it is. It's just a field. Conduit. I see future opportunities. I see conduit. It's what I'm doing. It's exactly what I'm doing. So for our live events, and I'm talking this from a live event standpoint, this might be your practice fields, okay? This might be where you want to put a lift later on with some power, a concrete pad for some power later on. Might be where you want to put a new tower one day, okay? Goals on both ends, and our bench is on this side, all the production on this side, so I do a reverse camera looking back so I can see faces, okay? I'm getting conduit put in here, straight across, and then left and right. 3 runs of conduit. 1.5 inch conduit for fiber and a 3/4 inch for power. And we're going to sew them up at each end, one across, and then one on each end. We're sewing up behind the goals. That's all I'm doing. I invited myself to this meeting. I saw it on the schedule. I was in our construction project manager's office, saw it on his whiteboard. I invited myself to this meeting. I butted in, and now I'm putting $5,000 worth of conduit in the ground while they're digging. They're digging trenches to put in new irrigation. They're just going to lay conduit in there as they go. As they open this ditch up, they're going to lay 1.5 and a 3/4 inch for power and a piece of fiber, and close it up when they get here. We're going to make sweeping 90s. Don't ever put an elbow in, and we're going to make until we get to that end points. They're going to stub it up. I've got future. So all I've got. So we did the exact same thing last year in baseball. I see future opportunities. So 2 years ago, actually. 2 years ago in baseball, all we did was tear up the field, put down new grass. We tear up the grass and put new grass for whatever reason. We do it all the time. Did the exact same thing in baseball. This is my low first at baseball. So I've got a large area outside of our dugout that got dug up. We put in 3 4-inch pieces of conduit right here that ran straight to my outfield. Came out, did sweeping 90s, went straight out to my outfield. My outfield is where all my fiber infrastructure comes into my baseball stadium. We laid conduit in the ground 2 years ago. I didn't do anything with it until I budgeted for it this year. I came back, I just put some fiber in. This is where I run all my low. This is low first, low third, and this is my high first and my high third. I run 4 cameras out here for my live production. But don't think about live production. This might be a PTZ camera for you. For coach's video. This might be power. This might be something. It's a future opportunity. They're tearing up your field. It's an opportunity. It's not a piece of dirt. It's an opportunity. All right? But you got to be the expert in the room. You got to be the expert to say, hey, you know what? There's an idea here. While you're doing this, we should do this, and sell them on why you should do it. Because it's just conduit. There's limitless possibilities when you put it in the ground. When it's dirt, okay, it doesn't cost any money. It costs $5,000. Our baseball didn't even cost $5,000. I put 3 runs of 4-inch conduits, 300 feet long, actually about 500 feet long. It costs us a couple $1,000. Okay, to the overall project is nothing. Okay, it's in the contingency. It's easy to find, but you got to know the person to ask. You got to know the construction project manager, right? You got to know the person on your campus or in your athletic department who's heading that up. Okay, you can't walk in for the first time and say, "Hey, I need $5,000 for the conduit." You got to know them. Okay, you got to know who they are. You got to learn their name. You got to meet them. You got to invite yourself to the meeting. You got to look the parts. You got to act the parts. You got to sound like it. Okay, you got to walk in there with a plan. Every project has a budget. Okay, I pride myself for a lot of times. If you're trying to follow me on that, I'm sorry. I try to pride myself on spending money wisely. Okay, again, be the expert. Learn how you can spend dollars wisely. If you're going to make yourself the expert, you're going to get invited to the meeting. You're going to be part of the process. Okay, then prove it. Prove it. Spend the money wisely. Putting conduit in the ground when it's nothing but dirt is spending money wisely. Okay, let your head coach go fight for the wow factors. Right? Don't go in there talking about I need $2 million. Go in behind the closed door, close the door to your head coach, and he might not know what he needs. You might know what he needs. But dollars and $2 million. Okay, you look at the things you need. All right, what do you need? the things that help you do your job. The wow factor doesn't help you do your job. It'll make your job worse. You got to do more jump with it once it's there. Okay? What's the things that make your job? What is it that makes your job easier? You got a coach right now. He likes to coach from the back of the room, right? He wants to set up his deal. He wants his deal in the back of the room, right? Okay? You got your projector right here. You got your computer right here. You got your deal. You got your dock camera. Whatever it is, his deal is. He's got the back. Hell, he's gone next year, right? He went and took a better job. All right, so next guy comes in. He wants his deal in the front of the room, right? Oh, crap. Now I got all my wiring back here in the back. Well, while we're renovating those 3 rooms that we're talking about, or while we're building a structure from the ground up, why don't we put conduit in the back of the room that stubs up into this drop ceiling, and in the front of the room that stubs up into this drop ceiling? And while you're at it, put some electrical there. Think about how many things are plugged in at that one spot where your coach sits. He's got his computer. He's got his dock cam. He's got his cell phone that he's charging. He's got your GA comes in there and plugs in his music so he can have his Bluetooth running while he's breaking down video on Sunday and Monday. There's all kinds of things plugged in right there. I guarantee everybody's got a power strip everywhere there's a computer plugged in. Guarantee it. So why not put in a double gang outlet instead of a single gang outlet? Walk in as the expert. Walk in as the expert and say, you know what? Right here is a great place to put a double gang outlet. All right? Don't rely on, I got this somewhere. Oh, I'll get this. Build your reputation on prudent decisions. Okay? Screw the wow factor. Somebody else is going to fight that. You're never going to win this room. There's nobody in this room who's going to walk in any meeting on any campus and win the wow factor discussion. You're not going to do it. There ain't nobody in this room who's got the clout. Okay? That's your head coach to the AD. That is your director of football ops to the CFO. Okay? That's somebody else. You get stuck with it, I guarantee you. You're getting stuck with making it happen. So when the wow factor gets there, then become the expert on it and go help with it. Right? You're not selling that. Sell yourself on making good, prudent decisions. Putting conduit where it needs to be done. Is it a TV versus a projector? Is it a laptop versus a desktop? Okay? Make those decisions. I don't know which one's the right decision. Is it HDMI versus VGA? Is it both? I don't know. That's why you're the expert. You become the expert on what works best for y'all in your facility. And then go sell yourself on that. Go get that. We're talking about wall plates and cable up into the ceiling and a projector or a TV blocking in the wall so you can put a 75-inch TV in there as opposed to a 50-inch TV. Okay? Those are the things that we're talking about. That's what makes your job easier because you're getting stuck with that. You're getting stuck. I like to have a TV on that wall right there. And there ain't no conduit, there ain't no power, and there's no blocking in the wall. All right? How the hell are you going to hang that 75-inch TV up? Okay? Become the expert when that room gets renovated, when that facility gets built. Build your reputation on doing things wisely and doing them prudently. Okay? Yes.
I think it's what I'm saying is you proactive guys. A lot of times you guys walk into a room that's already being constructed and say, why in the hell they do it?
Sorry.
They should have had it there.
You're
They should have had it there. They should have had it over here. Or, no, I got it back here and they're going to be up there. Okay, so if you're proactive and you get involved, exactly what Rick is saying, in all your construction projects, and you can invite yourself to these projects. You could be in every one of these projects if you invite yourself. Find out who the leader is, get invited, walk in and say, well, this coach wants to do it this way. But we want to keep this, but we have this. So you develop flexibility. And at the same time, everybody's going, well, this guy knows what he's talking about. So now you become credible when you walk into a meeting, and you don't have to invite yourself to meetings. They're going to come to you and say, we need to have this meeting because we got to take care of the studio to it. You have an idea, we have an architect and all that. We need to.
To add to what it said, the argument has been really effective for me in doing these kind of projects. It's not to talk about what I want to spend to make a project better. It's to talk about what it's going to cost us to fix the mistakes if we don't do it this way now while it's ink on paper. And the marginal cost that it is, once the project's already permitted, and there's already a project manager on site, done all the on-campus crap, the expense to go back and re-engineer, re-permit, we bring people to do things to fix a mistake made in this process. That, for lack of a better term, that paranoia is one of your most effective bargaining. If you figure out what's going to cost to retrofit, 9 times out of 10 it will be half to 2/3 of that in the first place. You'll be surprised how fast they'll add that into the project.
Another thing that's real important, you get in there with an architect and you're redesigning or adding to an area, it's easy for them to do it for you. Okay, it's real easy. And that architect drawing for a room this size, say, we're broken down into 4 areas, this type of thing, but I've seen it happen. Those drawings can cost up to $40,000 to produce. Just a drawing. Just to get somebody to put something on paper for you. And you're sitting there and you're looking at it, and you're in there at the same time, and they'll make those changes on the fly, and that $40,000 stays $40,000. If the project is started and then you come in and you want to change something, there's, you got to request RFIs, you got to get all these people involved, you got to have all these okays with, you got all this paperwork that has to be done. And then they're going to do a new drawing. And as those drawings are readjusted and taken care of, that expense of those drawings continues to fund. You just continue to tack it on to the project. So if you have $120,000 to be good with the drawings, okay? Now your drawings are eating into the money that you needed or the project needed in order to complete a structure, okay? And as that happens, again, go right back to what Rick is saying, the prudent decisions on how to spend the money. If you're on the front end, you can get those changes and it won't affect the overall cost of the project. And they think you're dope. We got to have this guy. We got to have this guy. They've got to be in the meeting. Because if we don't have them in there, we come back in, getting right back to what John said, we added another fourth of the cost of the project because we didn't do this. And now this guy shows up and he's saying, you should have done it.
And it's funny, when you have that interaction once or twice with the design team, the architect will start seeking you out.
That's correct.
And it might not be something you have an opinion on. They'll say, hey, we're going to change this. Is this going to have an impact on your area? It's a great time to go, it may not, but it would be great if we had a few more circuits or whatever. They'll come to you because most facility design people, most facility project manager types, and Joe will do this to you, don't always want you to have it. They worry that it's going to inflate the bottom line.
And that's why you got to go back to proving yourself to be prudent. And that's the one thing about architects is no architect in America knows your job like you know your job. Okay, he doesn't know how a coach operates. He's never sat in a meeting. He's never been in a football room. He draws things on paper. He takes his space, and we want to make this into 2 rooms, into 3 rooms, into 4 meeting rooms because this is the space we have, and we're going to design that. And we are going to charge $40,000 for this process. Okay. He has no idea how a coach operates. Y'all know how coaches operate. And that's why they're going to seek you out because you're going to be the expert in the room on what they're building. So be the expert in the room and you're going to make prudent decisions of doing all these things and you're going to save them money because it is going to cost more money to come back and put that TV in the wall once the facility's built because no one thought about it later. Think about what benefits you, okay? All right, so we're designing this room, we're designing this building, whatever. I'm only worried about your job. I'm not worried about those wow factor things, okay? I'm not worried about carpet color. I'm not worried about HVAC. I'm worried about what benefits you and your job. That's what you're the expert on, okay? Conduit benefits everybody. I cannot put in enough conduit anywhere. Conduit is cheap when there's no sheetrock on the wall. Conduit is cheap when there's no grass on the playing field. Conduit is cheap. It's funny. I have a reputation. When I look on a drawing and I see a 2-inch conduit, I'm making a 4-inch conduit. When I see 2 pieces of conduit, I make it 4 pieces of conduit. Okay, it's cheap. I go all out. I make them tell me no. Okay, I can't have enough of them. So we're paying a firm a lot of money. Take Mike's figure, double it, and add a little bit to it. And we're paying this firm to help us design Little John Coliseum, our basketball arena that just kicked off Monday. And I'm sitting in a meeting a couple weeks ago. My CFO is to my left. My AD is directly across the table. And in the last two projects, you saw my baseball project, you saw my soccer field project, where I just put conduit in the ground when there's dirt there. And this company that we're paying a lot of money to, we're on a WebEx with them. And there's this feature that they're trying to sell my AD on. They've been trying to sell my AD on this for months, and he hates it. He doesn't want it. They keep putting it back in. He keeps telling them to take it out, and it's a high six-figure dollar item in here. So we're fighting over a lot of money, and he just doesn't want it. They keep putting it back in. So he finally got fed up with them a couple weeks on his WebEx, and he says, I don't want it, in a little more specific terms than that. And so all they came back to him was, well, conduit is cheap. We at least put in the infrastructure while we're there, and I might be able to come back and talk you to it later. And my CFO is sitting right here on my left. He taps me on the leg, and he points my AD across the table, and he says, "Conduit man," right there. That's conduit's cheap. We just pay somebody a lot of money, more than I'm making, to tell my AD that conduit's cheap. That's exactly what he said. At least put in the infrastructure while we're tearing up the building, and you might come back and want it later. Conduit's cheap. Conduit, even if it's just stubbing up to this drop ceiling, it's better than fishing a wall. And I'm going to tell you why it's better than fishing a wall, because it's next to the electrical outlets. Okay? Don't rely on convenience outlets. Every room's going to have convenience outlets along the wall. That's what you go seek out when you're trying to charge your phone. Okay? The convenience outlet. It's nice for the person who's vacuuming the room, because that person's got a 20-foot cord on their vacuum cleaner. They can go plug it here, and they can vacuum all around, and they can go over there and they can vacuum. Convenience outlets are great for those type things. They're terrible when you want to hang a TV on the wall, because there ain't no convenience outlets right behind this screen right here, is there? Okay? But when there's no sheetrock on the wall, and we want to put a junction box right there, and then an outlet right behind it, okay? That junction box is just getting stubbed above this drop ceiling right here. But that electrical outlet is going back to an electrical closet somewhere. That electrical outlet isn't getting stubbed right above it. So you might think it's just a drop ceiling. We're going to come back and hang this TV on the wall later. We might do it. Don't love it. But all we got to do is just fish a little wire from back there up that wall over this drop ceiling and fish it back down. There ain't no power right there. You got to go get the power for the TV all the way back to the electrical closet that's way down the hall down there. Okay? But while you're tearing up the facility, just run that piece of three-quarter inch conduit down there, and now you've got everything you need for your TV right there. Okay? Wiring. If you can get wiring, in my case, wiring to me is Ethernet or LAN wiring, Cat 6A is our spec. I put 6A everywhere. So in our baseball facility, we're hanging 19 TVs throughout the new facility. Okay? We're an RF facility, so we're just cable jack, RF cable plugging in right there. I'm putting an Ethernet cable at every drop. I can do anything over Ethernet. I can run an HDMI over Ethernet. I can run an IPTV system over Ethernet. I can do all kinds of things over Ethernet. With just a little dongle in, a baler, whatever you want to call it. I can do all kinds of things. I'm putting in 19 drops of Ethernet in this brand new 3-story building. It costs us 19 drops. They run back, an Ethernet cable can't run more than 300 feet. So I got 19 drops times less than 300 feet back to some IT closet that's just sitting there and waiting on me to do something for it 3 years from now. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but I'm putting 19 drops in. That's wiring. That's what wiring is to me. Wiring to you might be VGA and HDMI. I don't know. It might be a Cat 6 because you can do anything over. It might be a string in a piece of conduit. You're the expert. You go figure that out. Okay? Figure out what benefits you in your job and become the expert on it. You sit in that facility every day. You deal with coaches every day. You deal with the players every day. You deal with the recruiting coordinator or the football ops guy who wants to put a sound system in down here today, and then he wants to put something else over there next week. You be the expert on what happens in your facility and find out what benefits you. But don't just rely on the electrical contractor just to put a bunch of convenience outlets around. The computer's going here or the computer's going there. Okay? You already know you got a power strip right there. Put another gang outlet right there. Tie those two together. They're never going to be at the same place at the same time. Don't go in and tell them, hey, I need 2 circuits, one there, one there. You don't need 2 circuits. Tie those two together. Because you never have the computer here and the computer there. You're going to have it one of the 2 places. All right? You just made a prudent decision You got some more power right here, but you saved the money. You didn't ask them to run 2 sets of conduits back there. You can take it here, tie that together, and then run 1 set back there, and run off the same circuit. You made a prudent decision. And the next running coach comes in, he won't sit back there. It's going to pay off for you. I really don't have much more. Y'all I'm getting tired. This is a terrible picture. Okay, this illustrates my point. I hope. This is our football facility. We moved into our football facility 6, 7 years ago. I lose track of time now. I got nothing. When we moved from our old facility to our new facility, I got nothing but conduit and power. All that. We didn't buy a single projector. We didn't buy a single screen. We didn't buy a new computer. We didn't buy a new VGA cable. We didn't buy jack crap. All I got was conduit the entire thing. We spent X million dollars. You can go look it up. I don't know how much it was. We spent X million dollars on this new, brand new football facility. I ain't get nothing. I got no toys whatsoever. Okay, I got conduit and I got an outlet. So now this is our running back room. So then a couple years after they were in there, our famous running back, where's Will? Our famous running back coach leaves. Okay, stuck in with Will. Thank God. Stuck in both of y'all. Both of y'all got one taste of it. He left. Okay, so the new running back coach comes in. He wants marker board, wall, floor to ceiling, wall to wall marker board. Okay, all right. So we put marker board. And you can see my screen up there. We have a projector up there. So that's all I had in the old facility was projectors and screens. He wanted a TV. Easy. We put up marker boards. I bought a TV. We put blocking in the wall back there. The power was already hot. And the conduit was sitting right there stuck into the drop ceiling. And this is simple. I bought a TV, hung it on the wall, ran the cords back there behind it, plugged in the VGA. There's no TV there. There's a VGA so he can run his computer. Ran the VGA into it, plugged it in, gave it a remote. That'd be Lord. He can write on his wall and he can watch TV. He didn't want to use the projector. Done. That's all I got in the new facility. Go look how much West End Zone costs at Clemson. No idea. That's all I got. It's conduit power. That's all I got. And the whole daggone thing. But there it is right there. Third-party integrators, how do they fit into your project? You're taking this room right here, it's all the space we've got. We're going to make it into 4 rooms. Jeff Folt's not coming down to help you with this one, folks. This is not the place for the integrator. Taking a brand new building from ground up, it's going to be the showcase of the athletic department. That's where third-party integrators will help you, okay? They can help you with the wow factor. They can help you become the expert. Head coach might not know what he needs, okay? You're not going to go fight for it. The head coach is going to have to fight for that $1 million, $2 million, $750,000, whatever it is, okay? Integrators can help you become the expert. Then you can walk into the head coach's office, shut the door, tell him this is what he needs, okay? And let him go fight for it. They can help you become the expert. And they'll tell you whether they can handle the project. They're going to look at this and say, this isn't us. You're going to spend more money on me flying down there and look at this X amount of square feet than it's going to be costing. That's not a prudent decision to bring them in when you're redoing this. It's a prudent decision to engage them when you're doing this brand new facility, this ground up, or just a total redo of a facility. That's where the integrators come in. You guys are the experts, okay? We're just knocking down some walls in our facility. We're making it better. We're making it clean. We're making it new. We're selling it to recruits that we're doing something in our facility. That's all y'all got money for. That's all your school's got money for. Is we're going to tear down a couple walls. We're going to put them back up, and we're selling to recruits. This is new. This is fresh. This is a player lounge. This is whatever it happens to be. You're the expert on what goes in that room. You don't need a third-party person for that. You're the expert. You know how it gets. You know what it's like to be in that room with a coach, with a recruit, with a player. You know what they want. You're around it every day. You're the expert. Do you? And that's how you become more valuable to your head coach, to your athletic department, to the project manager, to the architect. That's how you become the person that they're going to go to that affects your job. All this other stuff, you could care less if it's green or if it's blue or if it's orange on this chair. It doesn't affect your job. You're going to sit in it. But all this other stuff affects your job. Become the expert in what affects your job. That's all I got.
Great. All right, so we're about to build a new football complex.
Ground up.
Ground up. Yeah. So at what point or what shows can I go to look at new technology and try to bring it into?
Yeah. Obviously, NAD is the biggest thing that everybody wants to go to, because anything under the sun, whether you want to buy a drone or whether you want to put in the greatest 4K piece of technology there is, it's there. That's the easy answer. I don't know that you got to travel. I don't know that you got to go to a show. I think you got to engage people, and you got to call other people who just built facilities from the ground up or major renovations. Okay, I think you got to talk to some third-party integrators. Okay, they're all wanting your business. Okay, so call them. There's 2, 3, 4 of them. Call them, talk to them. They're all going to give you ideas. Okay, you're promising them nothing. Okay, you just engage them. Okay, see if it's worth your while. But you're going to call the folks. To me, before I put in a budget request to go travel to Las Vegas for 4 days, I'm gonna put in a budget request to go see 3 schools. I'm gonna go see what Texas A&M just built for $120 million or whatever it is. Or I'm gonna go see what the people you recruit against just built. Okay, I'm gonna go to those places. I'm gonna put in a budget request to go see my counterparts. And I'm gonna sit down with my counterparts who are the experts. Again, you don't really know what you want yet. So are we going to go to NAB and just get overwhelmed with everything that's way too expensive and it's just sort of a prototype anyway? Or are you going to go visit your counterparts and talk about technology and talk about things with each other and learn from everybody else, learn from the other experts that are in this business, and then come back and say, man, Florida's doing this. This is awesome. Man, Texas A&M is doing this. This is awesome. Clemson's doing this. This is awesome. And you go take a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. That's how you become the expert. That's what coaches really care about, isn't it? Coaches really care about what the competition's doing. The best ideas are stolen. And we don't come with any good ideas. They're all stolen. Everybody else is already doing them. Okay? So we're going to go and we're all going to let each other in the door. Anybody calls me, you can come anytime. You call anybody else at another university, you can go anytime. I've been studying at SEC for a year now. Man, every time I pick up the phone or every time I want to get in the car and go somewhere, then doors wide open. Right? These are people we recruit against every day. In my case, it's a lot of event stuff. But doors wide open. They show me budgets. They show me personnel. They show me floor plans. They show me wiring diagrams. They let me walk the facility. And it's all done for a year. Not all done. I've done this for a year. I've talked to almost every SEC school. I've made road trips. Go see your counterparts. That's where the experts are. That's what I do.
I'll make a suggestion for you. Actually, there is a show that's worth attending, talking about stuff in your room, and flash stuff. Go to InfoCom.
Yeah.
InfoCom's in Orlando, June. It is outstanding. Projectors, video walls, I mean, stuff you've never even thought about. It's all there. Planar brings out all their new latest and greatest displays. They had their transparent display 2 years ago. It was ridiculous. You might have seen some of the Coke machines. They're running animations on clear glass. That debuted at InfoCom. So while NAB is great for all the back end production stuff, InfoCom is great for all the display stuff. And that's where you get all your meeting with technology. You get a ton of it. It's a really approachable show. And like NAB, if you talk to a vendor, they can give you a code. Once you get it InfoCom one time for free, you get the free code renew every year. Yes, ma'am.
I have a suggestion also for, well, I work with a local integration company for a lot of my facility stuff. I've done trade with them for service, so I don't have to pay if a screen motor breaks or whatever. So I've developed a relationship with them. They have about a biannual kind of tech show, kind of like we have at CSVA, where more educationally based, but smart board, data cams, all kinds of different teleconferencing things. Planar also is there. Christy is a vendor of my vendor. So I saw actually the thing that they were showing last year, but it makes, now that it's coming back around again, I get to see it again. But maybe you have a local vendor that you work with, and maybe they bring in their vendors that show off stuff, and that's free. And they're just trying to get your business and maintain, relations and that kind of thing. So that's a good idea. And for you young guys out there, young peoples, I listened to John speak in 2009 in Jacksonville, and he talked about protecting yourself, from the, redos and revisions of planning ahead and that kind of thing. And with all the nightmare that I deal with at Hawaii, we redid a whole bunch of our meeting rooms and facilities, and I said, I need 2 outlets in the ceiling approximately this far back, because we should be hanging an approximate projector somewhere in the future. We don't have money for it now, I want a screen in the front, etc. But at least for now, let's just put that outlet in, and it's there, it looks beautiful, so whenever I have the go ahead to do it, it's ready. My other rooms have other problems, but at least they've been renovated, and you just got to keep working. And like everyone's saying, be the expert. I've invited myself to meetings. I've said, hey, football, whether it's football is affected, or I always try to future-proof for other sports. We're redoing our lecture hall. Our lecture hall hasn't been redone in 35 years, possibly. And it's a long story. Anyway, I won't get into the full story, but I want to make sure that there's an outlet for, any other presenter to just plug in and be able to power the projector on and off, select their source, and be done with it. That protects our football, intellectual property, so you can't just switch to the Exos computer or what have you, and you can just have a guest speaker come in and plug in your stuff and go. But I'm trying to think proactively for the department. And the second part of it is, if you are football only, you don't have to sit there and be accused of only worrying about football, and that you are trying to help everyone. Anyway, right over.
Yes, sir.
So referencing peer institutions.
Yes.
So your athletic department, your university has peer institutions. People that they think, a Kansas State University, sees them being like these other universities. And so our athletic department will check with peer institutions to find out what's your salary for the video guy. How many practice fields do you have? How much money do you spend here? How much money do you spend here? What do you have? Then there is, and I just heard this the other day, I've been doing this for a long time, aspiring peer institutions. Evidently, I'm aspiring to be Rick Bagby.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yes.
You should shoot much higher.
So the other day in a staff meeting, it was, Clemson, which we aspire to be like, and I'm like, oh, okay. So when you're doing your fact finding, trying to figure out what the Joneses are doing, go to your peer institutions, because that's what your athletic department and your university has been basing their decisions off of, is your peer institution. So if I say Mike at Texas has got this, or James at A&M has got that, I mean, just immediately it's like, yeah, well, we can't do that, so don't worry about it. But a peer institution for aspiring is a great ground zero.
We had 4 different schools, 4 different universities in Korea. So we redid our first floor last year, we're doing a third floor this year, and we're building redoing the stadium.
I'm coming.
It's $450 million, which should be done.
I'm coming with this.
And so, and I've been involved in a lot of the meetings. The good thing is our facility director for the athletic department realizes that I am the expert when it comes to video and stuff like that. And invites, I could probably go to way too many meetings that I don't really need to be in, but he still invites me and has to be at them. And we've had 4 schools in the last 2 months. That's the difference.
Yeah, great question, a bit outdoor, maybe just your advice. There have been times where many of us have just been left out, like we have more blindsided about stuff. 2 years in a row, examples, 2 summers ago, I go on vacation, I come back, the entire conference room, the wall, you talked about putting the dry erase boards on the walls, replacing the tile or whatever it is, the TV. That was all done. I come back from vacation and it's done. Was from the last night, a year ago at CSVA, I come to CSVA, I come back, the entire team room has been redone. I know nothing about it. So what are your thoughts on
It
We-
happens at Clemson.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
yeah, happens.
Obviously, a
So,
big facility, but you'll know about it, but.
yeah, go, first of all, go to your DFO or go to your head coach, 1, 2, and say, who made this decision? So you're fact finding at this point. Go fact find and find that out. And then obviously you're working with this person. Someone made this decision inside your facility to do this. Go in, sit down, shut the door, and say, hey, look, next time before this happens, hey, I'd like to know about this because, and then give them the because. You got to do your homework. You got to be the expert when you walk in there and shut that door. But go in there, I can save you some money. That might be what it is. That might be, or whatever it happens to be. You need more than one. You need 2, 3, 4 things. Go find out who made that decision. Become the expert. Go in, shut the door, sit down with them one-on-one and say, hey, look, next time this happens, I need to be involved on the front end because, and then approach it that way. And that's what we've had to do with Clemson. Different administrations act differently. We had to have those discussions, and hence that's sort of why I've progressed up the chart, because we needed somebody in those, because we were wasting money. And it was a proven fact that we were wasting money. And so we just had to have those discussions. You need to have that discussion one-on-one. All right, I think I'm being told to wrap up. Cool. Thank y'all very much. If you got any questions, let me know.